Welp, it happened. So, while I was taking a break, for those of you who may have known, I had been working on a series called Metro, and I was planning to just go back to the stations around this time of the year and just see what had been changing since I had seen different bits and pieces of certain stations haven't changed. Then this happened. Yep, the D-sets got added. Who would have guessed? This is a big shock to me. So, knowing with that being the case, I decided that we'd go and have a check it out and take a trip on it, and we're gonna give a review. So, let's see how it is. What's up everyone? Welcome back to a really unique video that, who would have guessed, finally here. The D-sets or Mariyung trains are finally in service. There was the first ever service that happened from Newcastle to Sydney. Now we're gonna have the one that comes from Sydney all the way to Newcastle. So this will be departing in about 20 minutes, give or take, as of the time I'm recording. A few things I just want to quickly go over. Firstly, we've got these cool displays out here. I really like them, I think they're really cool. Just something different from a lot of the other trains that we've had before. Of course, we now have 4 and 6 cars that can now become 10 cars, so again, really cool. And we've got the seats we're going to look at in a moment, and a few of the other extra details. So we'll get into that, and yeah, just hope you enjoy the ride. I'll film a little bit, but I'm going to get off before we get into the Intercity parts, just because yeah, I got things to do. So anyway, let's get cracking, let's have a bit of fun, and yeah, there we go. 17 minutes. It's going to be awesome. It also seems like we have quiet carriages, so it seems like they're being called quiet spaces. So again, something cool. Of course, what's great as well, we have the little disabled signs, so there seems to be some sort of accessibility, which, you know, knowing Sydney is a really, really nice thing. Just the way that how they work with allowing people of being disabled or able to actually use the facilities, and I actually really like that, so that's really good. All right, here we go. First step on the new trains. Man, how amazing! This is awesome. So here we are. This is the new Mariyung trains. With the downstairs, as we do, and of course the upstairs. We're going to be going through different things. We're going to be reviewing it, having just a look and seeing how it is. Because man, like these trains have been in the works for so long, and they're finally here. So let's have a look. Being on board the first D-set service departing from Sydney's Central Terminal feels very special, knowing how important of an introduction these trains are. Let's go over these bits, shall we? First, looking at the middle level of the carriage, we can see bike racks as well as a sign on the floor indicating that these are used for bikes. Longitudinal seating for those who cannot access the seats above or below this area. Above head railings to hold onto, which are ring-shaped and mounted into the train compared to the flimsy ones seen on Tengaras, which are similar to what buses use for people standing, as well as display screens which show important information. I'll get back to that last bit in a moment. With the doors now closed and the train on its way, let's check out the top and bottom levels of the train. We can see a 2x2 arrangement of seats on both sides, which is different from basically all other suburban and inner city trains, which typically have 3x3 or 2x3 seating arrangements. I actually like this choice, since it doesn't feel like I'm squeezing to get past everyone when I have to enter or exit the train. Having a look at the seats, we can see many new features unique to the Mariyung trains. For example, the colour scheme of the rolling stock is matched by the seats, which are a nice touch. Wow, these are comfy. These are really nice seats. And away we go. This is awesome. I can't believe it. We are finally off on the journey. The design reminds me of the XPT or Explorers, however I would not compare these two trains in comfort. The D-set seats are incredibly comfy, not too puffy on the seats, which I am happy with, and an increase in comfort compared to the current trains we have in use such as the Waratahs or Oscars. There is now the ability to charge mobile devices with only a cable as well as a full charging port. This is a game changer for Sydney's intercity journeys, allowing passengers who may need to recharge their phone or computers to do so. There are also movable tray tables and armrests, which just add to the accessibility of what a consumer has access to while on board. This is a nice touch since Sydneysiders are not accustomed with these additions onto their trains. Next, let's look at the display screens in more detail. From where I was sitting, I was able to see where the train was going via the upcoming stop, which in this picture says Strathfield. However, I found one with Epping too. There is also a screen scroll of all stations the train stops at, similar to the modern Waratah trains. This is a major improvement from previous intercity trains, which typically needs someone from Sydney Trains on board to state the station over the loudspeaker, which I must admit does have its weaknesses. I was able to get a low quality audio of the announcements being made. Apology if it's hard to hear due to it being a busy service.
There are 4 white carriages, one at the front, one at the back, and 2 in the middle. If you're travelling in a white carriage, please turn your phone to silent, use headphones, and keep the volume down.
I found a luggage facility in one of the carriages. I'm unaware if other trains have this, but if you know anything about this, please feel free to let me know about it in the comments. Walking into another carriage, I was able to find a toilet similar to the ones seen in the VSET and Oscar trains. There are help points and flush buttons, which is a blessing for accessibility, something I'm a big advocate for. I want to just talk a tiny bit off script here for a moment. I just want to give a few references to content creators that I think are doing a really good job at how they explain and showcase all sorts of transport content. So I just want to highlight the Train Guy 4's or TTG 4's content, as well as TSET Transport's content, because they do a really good job of going into detail and explaining bits and pieces, as well as just extra little bits that they recorded on their journey. Now, they did the different service. They did the first one. I did the first one departing from Sydney, where they had from Newcastle. So just bear in mind that the recording might be a little different from that. However, for the most part, it does basically the same thing at highlighting the train and of course other things that are unrelated from the TSET.
There we go. I'm now officially off the DSET. Isn't that crazy? That was a pretty insane trip, I'm not gonna lie. I might actually stay and just see it leave, just because why not? I've been on it, so I've been riding it, but I'd like to see it just officially leave. So we'll do that in just a sec.
That's gonna wrap it up for this video. While the current schedule for the DSET are limited, try taking the new Intercity trains and see how you feel about it. Any opinions or extra details you wish to add to what I've stated, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you all in the next video.
Goodbye, DSET. There we go. First service is officially leaving. Well, first service from Sydney is probably the right way to say it. There we go.